Hi there, it's CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, and it's right across the Red River from Bossier City, Louisiana, Northwest Louisiana. I'd love to come see you. We'd love for you to come see us in Arclitect. So I did have to change the position of my lights, my favorite colored lights and everything like that. So I got like some red over here and some blue ambiance over here. I think the red's a little bit brighter than the blue, but that's cool. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know. I like these LED lights. Okay, so uh, tonight I went to a hockey game, a Mudbug Madness game, and my sister was with me. And of course, I was explaining to my sister, hey, what I do with my I do a little personal stuff, my personal life and everything like that, my taste and stuff like that. But what I do with my YouTube channel mostly is I want to devote it to showcasing the things that we have here that are fun. You know what I mean? And what I noticed about this is that we have the hockey fans. We had people coming from Ontario, Canada, down to watch this game. Apparently, it's an earlier game in the season, uh, but I'm told that like really when it gets going, that I'm because my sister's a huge Mudbug fan, which is the mascot of our team, and she's like a huge fan, and it's like uh, it gets really really packed. Like the championship games, you can barely get a seat. You can barely get a ticket if you don't have a hookup or a lineup on that or whatever. So that's neat to know that we do have something that pulls in an interest from so many different people. And I know that I keep talking about the things that are fun to do in Shreveport and Bossier. And I do a lot of festivals. I do a lot of, we have a state fair that's about to open up. I want to go see that. And I kind of want to walk around and show that. Now it's not, uh, it's like when I was a child and I would look at these things, I would think that they were so monumental and humongous and they would stretch on and on and on and on. Uh, and of course, we had the Hirsch Coliseum, which was where we were watching the hockey game. And then there was a stage set up where we could, like I remember being a little kid and we went to see this country and western band. Some of you may be old enough to remember. It was like it was the Gatlin Brothers. That was the name of the band. And opening for them was Nicolette Larson, who had a one or two uh, radio hits, and then switched to country and western. But she kind of did kind of she had okay. So I remember Neil. Neil Young wrote a song called "Lot of Love" and gave it to her, and she sang it. And it's on my regular playlist, And so, "Lot of Love," and that was kind of a pop radio with a little bit of a dance sensibility to it. And she had a couple of things like that, in the '70s, and then uh, had a change, crossed over to country and western. And I don't think she's still with us anymore. I think she may still be living. I think that she died though. I don't know. But anyway, that was so we went. That was when they used to do like free concerts at the state fair and everything. And then I remember there was this one year we went to the state fair, my sister and I, and uh, God, what was the name of their band? They had the Electric Eye song. I'm electric, electric eye. It was a whole. Steel Dragon was from that rock star movie. Was kind of patterned after them. The guy. Judas Priest. Judas Priest. So Judas Priest was there, and I was like in third grade. My sister wanted to go see. Uh, the My sister wanted to go see, but mom wouldn't allow it. She was in I think in sixth grade. So yeah. Anyway, so um, but we did go to the state fair, and Judas Priest was playing, but we didn't go to the concert. But we stood outside of the Coliseum, and those guys were loud as loud can be. So it's good memories of the Hearst Coliseum. And then for a while, there was a concert at the Hearst Coliseum in the '90s. It was they did a you know Pantera, and they were doing the Cowboys from Hell, kind of thing. That concert, like a metal concert, and uh, for some reason they had to cancel, and the ticket holders rioted. I mean, we made international news. I wasn't one of the rioters, but we made international news. I'll tell you at some point. I should have been there, but it was not possible for me to be there. If I had been um, not otherwise occupied against my own volition, I would have been there. But anyway, um, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so we didn't get to do a lot of stuff uh, outside of you know you know there was one thing. We used to go. My dad used to take us to something called the races, and it was not the horses, it was cars, and it was fun. You're a little kid, you want to see people go out, and yeah, that was interesting. That was an interesting time. We'd go to the Boot Hill Speedway, and then there was a speedway in Minden and everything like that. And uh, it was one of those things that was kind of like seasonal. What I mean by that, it was that it was a season in my life, and I got over it. And I think what it is I started doing the martial arts, South Korean influenced Taekwondo, which was yeah. So started doing that. So that it took on a great, and it pretty much occupied my teenage years until I was like 17. From 13 to 17, I was in Taekwondo, uh, like several nights, like almost every night of the week and most of the weekends, give or take. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so this was fun. What I want to do with this, I want to talk about my personal experiences and introspections and reflections and about myself and everything. But mostly, what I want to do is I want to reiterate that this YouTube channel, first and foremost, in spite of everything, is about the architects, the things that and I'm not a person who has a lot of money. So if you see me uh, at a venue or something like that, know that you don't have to be uh, uh, a person of affluence to enjoy these things. I go to these things, and uh, if you want to spend a little bit more, you can sit right up front and center. And if I had a little bit more money, I would do that. But it's not about money. I'm saying you don't have to be rolling in the dough in order to enjoy uh, some of the things that Shreveport and Bossier has to offer. Uh, One of the things, and I don't think I was making little videos or anything. We have an alligator uh, park that has like we're Louisiana. You know what I mean? We're a lot of swamp, and we have a lot of swamp creatures, and yeah, so it's like like bring the little ones to. It's a place called Gators and Friends, and so we took one of my nephews a couple of years ago actually, and he had a ball, and I don't know. I bought him like a pocket knife. I couldn't think of anything. It was like, well, maybe I'd get him a pocket knife. But I made sure that his mom was okay with it and that I wasn't like, overstepping and everything. We're really happy for him, by the way. He's doing really, really well in school. Like advancing in ways that's just outstanding. So I'll spare the name and everything. I don't want to like do any embarrassment, but we're happy for him. Uh, Because for me, middle school was like where the uh, where yeah, like it's kind of a freebie in elementary school, and the middle school they start throwing tons of bullshit at you, like things to take home and accomplish. Like it's not, you don't have to be brainier to understand this stuff. You just have to be uh, committed to fulfilling the work. And I was not a homework doer. And I think today they're kind of like, I think people are looking at, hey, I don't know, screw it. That's venturing into, I have bird walked way off the topic, which is Shreveport Bossier, Louisiana, has a lot of diverse things to do. That hockey, where they're playing the ice hockey, when they're not playing ice hockey, it's called, I don't know why they call it this, George's Pond. I guess it's supposed to be sentimental to some uh, old country pond or something like that that freezes over, but it's George's Pond and you can go ice skating on it. Now, I've never been ice skating in my life uh, because we did not have that when I was a little kid uh, that I'm aware of. But I do think at my age, and I'm not a young dude, I would rather stick with the roller skating. And I'm trying to get people together to go roller skating. We've got a couple of roller skating rinks, uh, there are a lot of people that do inline skates. I'm like, I'm old enough to remember when you had a wheel on each one of the quarters of your feet. Each corner had its own wheel. It wasn't inline. It was like a big box of wheels, four wheels. I would love to do that. Bowling, who doesn't do bowling alleys and stuff like that? And just, I don't know. If you can't travel, get out in your own town and find some things that are fun, and show me what goes on in your hometown. Go out and take some pictures, take some videos or something like that, and some pride in what's going on in your area. But if you are traveling and you're looking for something that's fun to do, come see us. Come see us. We're working really hard to brighten and clean up our little town, our mid to small size, economic metroplex. And speaking for me, but the people who love this, we would love to see you uh, come see us and check us out. And like as more stuff, gets a little bit more normalized now that the pandemic has been over, and things are, and we want to also, we have the diseased part of our pandemic that's over with, for the most, everybody who can get vaccinated has access to vaccinations, and most everybody has probably been exposed enough that we have natural antibodies. And you know uh, I feel that the urgency of the actual physical, you know oh my god, this could really, you know what I mean, like that whole thing that was going on at first, the pandemic part, where we really in mass could lose a lot of people in mass. And that started to happen, but we really locked it down, and it made it so that it didn't have to be nearly as bad as it was. I'm not talking on the politics and everything like that. I'm just saying, I mean, if you live in a populous area, you'll know what I'm talking about, because I lost people. I lost people. It was sad. But now that we are past that part of it, we are still struggling economically. There again, not talking politics, not talking what's happening overseas, not talking any of that. I'm saying that economically we're still struggling, and a good bit of that has to do with what was set in motion economically during the pandemic that we have not come back from. And it may be that we don't. It may be that we have to realize this is our new economic reality, and we have to move on from there. But I still believe that you don't have to be a wealthy person to uh, find enjoyment in life. Uh, you know, uh, it doesn't take that much to take a walk around and see something nice in nature, or sightsee in your own town, uh, your own city. There is something interesting in the life of everybody, and if you're sometimes when you're very familiar with it and you can find appreciation for it, but you don't necessarily know this. You don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. It's just like sometimes it's like people are like, oh my God, my hometown is so dull or so boring or something like that. And it's like, there is something to appreciate everywhere, you know? And I think, if you just open yourself to it, you will find some wonderful things in your own neck of the woods. And I would love to hear about them. Uh, But in the meantime, please come see us. Uh, the hat is not a very expensive hat, by the way. I ordered it, came in the mail today, and I'm happy with it. It's like, yay. So cool. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I really enjoyed that Mudbug game. And so we have a festival here called Mudbug Madness. And I kept calling this Mudbug Madness all month long. I don't know if that's what they call fandom of the Mudbugs. I'm not typically a hockey fan because I don't go often enough to be a fan. But I was talking with my sister. I was with my sister, and she has an interest of going, and it's like, yeah, I will go. I'll do that. I love getting out of the house and doing stuff. Um, you know. Um, I would tell you this experience though, because I'm so unused to it. At first, it was like, oh my god, these boys are gonna hurt themselves, like that, And then I had to realize, no, these are tough guys. They can take it, Getting, seeing them, it's like, okay, cool, I got you. And they're playing the game, but then they're knocking each other around. And the whole idea is that when they do that, then there's fewer people uh, paying attention to where the puck's going. So I don't know. There's a couple of walk-ups I got in the video that I posted, a couple of videos to YouTube. Just some highlights. I took a lot more when I do my little things. I go to a concert and I take videos of concerts, or if I'm at a festival, or if I'm walking around, I do lots of video, and then I kind of take what I think is the most interesting, or what works for my channel, for what I have on YouTube, and that's what I post. But yeah, I did take other videos. So yeah, do please come check us out. Shreveport, Bossier. I'm CJ Miller. Love and light. Good night.